to Cameron meeting Dylan. In fact, just 2 years earlier, he made headlines in the local news for some charity work. Before you clue as to why they never ended up getting married. I was in love with Dylan, but he treated me bad. I was treated like a dog.
There you go. That's why, everyone, I turned my life away from sin. And you just don't go and near anyone. You just fucking keep yourself to yourself and you don't be a buff. Do you know what I mean? I've not bad since.
He was just a violent, angry man. Cameron's life was one marked by tragedy. Raised by his grandparents, he endured the loss of his mother, Kirsty Allen, a police constable in a car crash way back in 2007. The experience of losing his mother was one that he shared with Dylan, so it was probably something they bonded over when they first communicated. There are no reports of unhinged or criminal behaviour prior to Cameron meeting Dylan. In fact, just 2 years earlier, he made headlines in the local news for some charity work, a stark contrast to the person he would become after 2019, when of course he met Dylan. With Dylan being much older, it was clear that after they met, he had an influence over him, and began passing on that disturbed mindset of his. You know, the one that says, spiking people is okay. A lot of us fell in love with someone that we should have only f***ed once, then murdered. Cameron agreed with that statement.
Wow. Jesus Christ. So, unfortunately, the attitude here in Scotland is a lot different when it comes to LGBT. But if I had a boyfriend and he would have put that out on his fucking TikTok or his social media, one, I would have got away from him as soon as possible, and two, he would have been arrested for attempted manslaughter. That already springs alarm bells. Do you know what I mean? Before this poor other guy was murdered. So, if I was the youngster in this video and I was his boyfriend, I would have had him arrested and charged by now before the murder was even able to happen. Sometimes we need to open our eyes, and this was a prime example of something waiting to happen that went bad.
Now, one may look at this as an edgy Facebook post, but I'm here to tell you this was an actual reflection of his mindset, because what you're reading right now would happen in real life just a few short years later. It's the 2nd of November 2021, and both Dylan Brister and Cameron Allen are heavily intoxicated, sky high on drugs, and have been making TikTok videos.
Sky high on drugs, eh? What does that achieve in life? Nothing. What happens if you take drugs? You go psychotic. I've only just got myself out of severe drug-induced psychosis of 10 years, and I tell you what, it's made me suicidal at times, and there was times I didn't want to be here, but I've pushed through it, and I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I've come out the better man. I've looked to God. God is now in my life, no longer sinning, and yeah, my future is looking up. But for now, Michelle sometimes does find life difficult, but that's when she's got a support worker and she reaches out to her support agency for help. But yeah, how on earth can you use TikTok as a platform to get high on? Like, it happens. You know, I reckon if it wasn't for TikTok, this other man wouldn't have been murdered, raped, and be beaten up. And in the courtroom, the guy, the yob that you can see in the picture in the main video, he did not give a fuck. Like, when he was in the courtroom, he basically made it quite clear to the judge that he didn't want to be in the court and he would rather go for a cup of tea than listen to him murdering another bloke. That just shows you what kind of cold-hearted killer this guy was. They both were. You know, they both got done for murder. So yeah, absolutely insane. And this is where the law in the UK and in Scotland needs to be changed. So we are protecting children more. And this type of craziness and psychoticness is not allowed to happen. But unfortunately, there's a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes when it comes to LGBT. A lot of gay men do take drugs. A lot of gay men resort to crime or break the law. And this is just another prime example.
Guess what? want to do this. I'm on TikTok, so be careful what you're saying.
Oh, look, it's clearly a threat there. Like, you can tell this yob is completely out of his face. He's got nothing better to say, nothing better to do. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, one absolute waste of space. I hope you rot in jail, mate. I really do.
You look. Your eyes look red.
So funny.
Will you stay to tea?
Shut up.
You can tell how much he hates being with him, and my heart goes out to the actual younger guy because, you know, you don't deserve to be treated like a dog. You don't deserve to be treated like shit. Let me guess, the dog probably got the brunt of it and all. I cannot stand Puffs as far as I can fucking throw him. I really can't. I'm not even interested in men anymore. I do not look at men anymore at all whatsoever. I just don't. Men do not interest me anymore. So yeah.
You love steam the heat after your dad, don't you?
So when do we see our cut?
You say?
When all the money comes in. And when's that likely to be? Don't worry,
I see.
you'll get it.
If I do that, I save 3,500 a year. And she says I could make up to 20 grand.
What the fuck you doing?
She says I could make 20 grand in a year just by saving up that 3,500 in that account. And
Keep your financial situation straight.
Him yawning in his boyfriend's face is just a prime example of how much he cared about his boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely sad. So sad.
for 5 years. But it's 5 years I can't touch it.
Yeah?
I cannot touch that money for 5 years. And if I
Change
put,
that in.
no, I don't need to put it in. I can put little in. I don't need to put any in at all, any months. But if I stick to putting a whole year, 5 years, I have 3,500 a year.
Clearly as well. Seems that the relationship was built up on fucking money, bruv. How sad. Very, very sad. There's more to life and more to relationships than money. And it sounds to me, all this Puff was interested in was money all along. Using him, treating him like shit, and taking his money. Oh yeah, I can take a leaf out of that book any day. I've had that in the past. I've had men use me, I've had men beat me up. Never again.
All I can do is if I want, you can just remember. I should be able to go live. Please help me go live. I just think it.
Not only go live, you should have been banned for using TikTok and getting high. That's what oh, I can't even talk. That is not what TikTok is for.
Get that a banner. If you hit me, I'll hit you, King Aaron.
I've also noticed something with gay men and all. They never want relationships. They're always looking to fuck or suck dick, and no. That's not part of my life anymore.
I mean, I'm like, got a wee bit mental health problems and then bad time of the year. So, did a wee dip, and then I'm got to lie, chill it, and a wee did, and I'll speak to you later.
Pardon me?
And have a lovely night. I'm sorry I told you I forgot today. Hope everybody's had a good day. And had good Halloween. I'm told so tender. I feel like better, like rougher than better. The dog's not rough today, so which is why I'm mad half finished.
Yeah, if we just we can.
Stephen, is that your new book?
Yeah! Look at this. I'm giving this book away this Sunday for free.
This is 10 hand and finger exercises. It will save you years if you're trying to learn piano. Did you know the
YouTube Ads is made for your business.
Fuck off. Not interested.
Bring your brand to life with target.
In less than 24 hours, the pair are about to find themselves at the centre of some disturbing events, and if you've read the title of this video, you'll know exactly what we're referring to.
I feel sorry for that younger guy. I'm really surprised he didn't fucking murder him. Do you know what I mean? You think about it, if these two were capable of cold, I can't fucking talk today. Murder, basically. Cold killers and murderers, right? Just think what his boyfriend that didn't give a shit about the young guy could have done to him instead, if it wasn't for this other guy. I dread to think it.
So how do we go from light-hearted TikToks then to the situation in question? Well, throughout the second, the boys had been using the dating app Grindr to recruit someone to...
Oh, lovely. That fucking age-ridden app. Can't stand Grindr. I'm on it because I get a blowjob once in a blue moon from a man, but fucking hell. That's the only thing good puffs are good for. They're good for sucking dick, but for relationships, nah, just don't even fucking go there, bruv. Don't even go there.
join in on some sexual activities. Their intentions were anything but ordinary. They would tell a potential candidate that they were to engage in a rough time. Reports have gone so far to describe it as abuse. Believe it or not, someone actually agreed to participate and was even on the verge of travelling to Dylan's home. However, they backed out after the pair revealed drugs would be involved. So, the boys pressed on with their search, but ultimately struggled to find someone willing to join them. That was all about to change though, when a complete stranger was about to cross paths with them. And if this stranger wasn't going to give it up consensually, which in fact they never asked if he wanted to participate, then they would do it non-consensually to satisfy their depraved needs. Father of three, Callum Simpson was the light in his children's lives. He was just a fun dad, he was the jokey one, they totally loved him, and he was the soft touch. He did a lot of stuff with the kids. Callum was the perfect person for the four of us. He enjoyed socialising and really stayed the same as he had been the life and soul. It's how girlfriend Bobby Cohen describes him. The couple had met while attending Fife College and their connection was instant. Soon after,
There you go. So why fucking give that up then? You had two beautiful kids, you had a girlfriend, you look lovely there, you look happy. Why chuck that away? Oh, just to get your dick sucked by a fucking faggot. Do you know what I mean? This is where the world is going wrong at the moment. Straight men getting lured into relationships with gay men. Their life goes to hell. They turn violent. They start getting angry. They start getting depressed. They start treating their boyfriends like shit. The next minute, they murder someone because they've had enough. That's why God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
they moved in with each other and had their eldest son Callum, followed by their daughter Mirren, and finally, baby Lila, who was born just 11 days before the events we're about to delve into.
See? Look how happy you are there. Look how happy you are. Until you got a guy sucking your dick. And it felt good. And it felt amazing. And you wanted more and more of that instead of a child. What type of person do you think that says that you are? I have moved away from the world of being a puff. I have moved away from the world of wanting to indulge my life in depravity. Depravity gets you nowhere. Misogamy gets you nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't get you anywhere. Bringing God into your life actually gets you somewhere. Makes you a more stronger, independent person. And if you have severe learning disabilities like I do, God has helped me leaps and bounds. He really has.
Attracted to his personality, he was just able to make everybody laugh. He was really well liked. Who would want to cause harm to this beloved father of three then? Well, if you haven't guessed it by now, then it was Dylan and Cameron. So, what happened? Well, not only were the pair using Grindr to try and meet someone, but they were also staying in touch with friends throughout
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Fucking lovely.
the day. One who's relevant to the story was Dylan Stewart, who we'll call Dylan S moving forward. At around 7:38 p.m. on the 2nd, Dylan told Dylan S. that he and Cameron were having a quiet night in and invited him over, which ultimately...
You can just tell that he doesn't love his boyfriend there, and he's just like, it's his toy, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, he doesn't really love him. Oh, Saved by the fucking Bell. Don't panic, it's not for me. It's for Martin Nichols. Oh, God. He's a puff and all. Oh, God. Puff goes away, though. Do you know what I mean, bruv? Like, you could just tell here. Excuse me. He does not love his boyfriend at all. What an ugly bastard.
led to Dylan S. and his friend Callum Simpson accepting the invitation. The timeline becomes hazy after their arrival, but the next confirmed event is Dylan S. exiting the property, leaving Callum Simpson behind. Remember, Callum didn't know the pair, he was a stranger. What unfolded next was truly horrific. You see, Callum was left behind because he was incapacitated. Dylan was back up to his old tricks, and just like he did with those two women in 2018 and who knows since, he spiked Callum's drink, this time with etizolum, a powerful sedative reportedly 10 times stronger than Valium. Just to put it into perspective, you can't even get etizolum on a prescription from the doctor in the United Kingdom. Dylan S. assumed he was just out of it on alcohol.
What the fuck is etizolum? What the fuck is that? I'm hoping my parents one day will come back to me. And, yeah. I'm sure they will, eventually. We shall see.
And trusted that the boys would take care of him. This would prove to be a fatal mistake on his part. Once Dylan S. had left, Cameron and Dylan wanted to indulge in that sexual activity that they had been planning. So they tied Callum up and spent hours taking turns sexually assaulting him, raping him, and causing deep cuts to his body.
Oh, lovely. Did you hear that? Sexually assaulting him. Raping him. Yeah. Lovely. Sexually assaulting him. That actually reminds me to the point where I was drunk and high off my face and being raped ages ago. Yeah, a few years ago now. By a gay man. Lovely. What drugs does to you, eh? Turns you into fucking Satan, doesn't it? Yes, it does.
This was captured on video. At some point during the ordeal...
Captured on video? Are they mad? Are they mad? They recorded it and all. They recorded raping this guy, sexually assault. Oh, do you know what? I really give up with this world. I really do. The sooner they ban LGBT, the better.
Callum sadly passed away. His cause of death was later determined to be the result of the spiked drink. Once the pair were finished assaulting him, they went to bed like nothing had happened, leaving Callum dead tied up on the floor.
What? Did you hear that? Did you hear that again? Sorry, guys, I'm drinking alcohol today, darlings. Let's have a listen to that again.
Death was later determined to be the result of the spiked drink. Once the pair were finished assaulting him, they went to bed like nothing had happened,
They went to bed like nothing had happened. Are they fucking deluded, man? Are they that fucking hot? Like, they murdered him, beat him up, raped him, and left him to die? That's disgusting. This is a good prime example, guys, why we need to ban LGBT. 100%.
Dead tied up on the floor. When Dylan woke up at around 11 a.m. on November 3rd, he went to check on Callum only to find out his body was cold to the touch. Panic soon set in, so...
Lovely. Government, doesn't this bring alarm bells? Do you know what I mean? We need to stop this. We really do. Like, we really do, guys. What type of life is this? Do you know what I mean? I tell you what, a gay life is a fucking lonely one. I've been single 7 years and it's lonely. But I'll be happy on my own when I've got my chihuahuas, or I will find someone eventually. But he'll never be gay. He'll never be gay. Nope. Never be gay. He'll either be bi or straight. But my fantasy eventually is to go with a straight guy. that's been through shit with a woman. And come to me. But yeah, we'll see.
He sprang into action and attempted to cover his tracks. First, he hid the drugs in a safe and handed it to a neighbor. Then he deleted all of his videos. Finally, he called for emergency services to tell them he had a man at his home who wasn't breathing.
Did you just hear that, guys? How nasty is that? You've murdered someone, you've beat someone up, you've raped them, and then the next minute, in the morning, they decided to call emergency services when he was dead? Fucking hell.
As responders arrived, they confirmed that Callum had indeed passed.
Wow.
An investigation into the incident was launched, with both Dylan and Cameron brought in for...
Shame it ain't you that's passed away, mate, you fucking horrible, vile bastard puff. I'm sure when in prison, when they find out about this, you murdered someone. I'm sure someone will hurt you.
Questioning. Initially, they tried to say that they'd gave him diazepam, which, as you know, was a lie. In other words, they were telling the police they're unsure how he could have died because he would have needed to consume a huge amount of the drug to die, which they said he didn't. Both also admitted to having sex with him as well, but once again falsely claimed that he had been conscious and...
See, that's where they use the word here, slander, in Scotland. Slander here in Scotland is openly tolerated. So you could go on the street and call a black person a packy, you can call someone a batty boy, you know. I suppose that's okay, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to actions, consequences, and it sounds like they were deliberately trying to pull the wool over the judge's eyes, but the judge clearly was not having it, thank God. But yeah, this comes down to a different point where Scottish laws are very different from English laws. Hate crime LGBT in the UK is taken very seriously, whereas down here in Scotland, they don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's where they tried to play that card and get away with it, but unfortunately it failed.
Consented. When forensic evidence and the toxicology report came back, it revealed the truth. Etizolam had been present within the property and that Callum had indeed consumed a
What is etizolam? Can someone let me know, please? Is it like a sedative or something?
lethal dose. Further evidence emerged when police examined Dylan's phone. Data recovery revealed that several videos that had been taken within the time frame of Callum's death had been deleted.
I'm sorry, but the video of his boyfriend getting near him, like, during the fucking kissy shit is very cringy, because you can just tell his boyfriend does not love him at all.
And while most of the videos couldn't be restored, one was, and it blew a hole in their story. The video depicted an unconscious Callum being subjected to horrific abuse. It's entirely possible he may have already been dead in the video. When this new...
Well, if it wasn't fucking poor Callum, it would have been the dog, if you think about it.
Evidence was put to the pair, they started to change their story.
This is a clear aligner made by the brand.
Oh, fuck off, you
and
cunt.
this
Not
is a
interested.
clear aligner made by
Bastard
our
packy.
brand.
Fuck off! Adverts, man. Piss off.
When this new evidence was put to the pair, they started to change their story. I won't
Not surprised.
dispute the fact that...
I won't dispute the fact that Cannon passed out and we carried on. Oh, wow. And they carried on having sex. I didn't spike that boy, but yes, I gave him drugs. We fucked him and continued to have sex. It is what it is. Disgusting. It should never have happened. I'm not going to make excuses. Wow. Well, why fucking do it then?
Callum passed out and we carried on. I didn't spike the boy, but yes, I gave him drugs. We raped him and continued to have... It is what it is. Disgusting. It should never have...
It's not what it is. You deliberately tried to kill someone. And thank God you got life in prison for it, because no one deserves to die just from the fucking reckless, countless acts of your fucking deprived, fucked up little mind. You know what I mean? You deserve to be put on an electric chair and shipped out to the nearest island and thrown off the fucking river. Thrown off the river, thrown off a fucking bridge. Horrible cunt.
happened. I'm not going to make excuses. Cameron told me he put 5 diazepam tablets in his drink, and I called him a fucking idiot. I genuinely thought they were diazepam, not...
Well, they need to stop that then. Shall I tell you what they should have done? As soon as he immediately realised that, he should have knocked the fuck out of his boyfriend, called 9999, and get them that proper emergency treatment that he deserved, because if he would have had that emergency treatment to reverse the effects of the diazepam, that guy would have still been alive. See, lifesaver here, Michelle.
Etizolam. If I knew there was etizolam in those tablets, I would not have taken them off the dealer. When...
According to Frank, etizolam has a range of possible effects. Slows the brain and body down. Makes the user feel calm and relaxed and can help people get to sleep. Helps to stop fits.
Wow.
Tablets, I would not have taken them off the dealer. When detectives confronted Cameron with this information, he admitted to sourcing the drugs but denied spiking anyone, and told them that he had told Dylan that what he had picked up wasn't diazepam but rather etizolam, adding that he warned him to be cautious because the dealer told him that someone had died from using them. Both men were charged for their involvement in the murder and were initially granted bail. 4 months later, however, they appeared in court and were remanded into custody. When a pre-trial hearing took place 8 days after that, the judge, believe it or not, granted Cameron bail. The reason why has never been reported.
Are they fucking mad, bub? They got granted bail and they're fucking mad. It looks like a weird fucking Harry Potter nonce, and he got granted bail. And not only did he get granted bail, he then decided to sexually assault a woman, like sexually harass a woman. Like, are the government like fucking blind here? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, fucking hell, like, trouser snake, but fucking hell, mate. Fucking, you know, oil painting. It's a fucking state of your hair. Look at that. Fucking hell. Then he was homeless. Oh dear.
And would you believe me if I told you that just 1 week after being released on bail, Cameron, who had been placed in a hotel by the state due to homelessness, began stalking...
Oh, for fuck's sake. Due to homelessness, eh? Due to homelessness, eh? Oh, fucking hell. Story of my life. We'll get a fucking job then, you fucking ugly bastard. Look, he was happy with his boyfriend, and then his fucking, look, his hair started getting pulled out, and then he started acting like a right weirdo. As soon as he came off the drugs, like, you know, he's got a fucking walking stick and all. The walking stick? What a fucking faker. What's the walking stick for? Hang on. We gotta look at this, guys. Hang on. Wrong way round on the screen, but never mind. Hang on. What's that for? Oh my god, that's just creepy, bruv. What's he got a fucking walking stick for? Oh my god, I rest my case now, bruv. I really do. He's got a fucking walking stick. What's wrong with him? I'm gonna call up Universal Studios and have a go at fucking Harry Potter. This is just insane.
A female employee at the hotel. It's believed that after following her around, he backed her into a corner and asked if she wanted to shoot an adult movie with him and a friend. He then
dirty bastard. He wants his cock chopped off.
Proceeded to show her nude images of the male friend. The worker reportedly feared for her life during the ordeal and was forced to carry a panic alarm following it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why the hell was he actually walking about when he's accused of such a serious crime? I've been terrified to go out of my house since the day he approached me. Even more shocking, though, was the fact that the court didn't remand him into custody, you know, because he's out on bail for murder. No. They gave him what's called supervision by the social work department. This would go on for 18 months. Essentially, it's probation. Great work, guys.
What? He got probation? Seriously? For his little cute puffy looks, he got probation. Are they blind? They must be blind. And he's playing a mental health card here just because he's fucking homeless. Oh my god, this country is an absolute joke.
In October of 2024, both men stood trial for the murder of Callum Simpson.
Not surprised.
They denied the charges that were placed against them.
They denied the charges. How can you deny it? You fucking killed the bastard, murdered him, raped him, and fucking drugged him up. How can you be such a dumb cunt and fucking, you know, even deny that? How can you deny it? You did it. You fucking did it. You're blind. You fucking did it. You know what rape is. You know what sexual assault is. You know what gagging and tying a man is and having sex with him and raping him is. And you deliberately knocked him out with fucking diazepam. You killed him. Poor bastard.
Few details emerged from the trial, but one notable observation was the lack of emotion displayed by Cameron and Dylan.
Oh, here we are. Both of them. Fucking hell. No emotion at all. Well, I suppose drugs does have that effect on you. When you do take quite a lot of drugs, it does fuck you up to the point where, you know, you don't really have a brain and your soul kind of drifts from your body. I've had that problem for the last 10 years. But yeah, it's called attachment disorder. But yeah, not good.
At one point, ladies and gentlemen, Dylan was that unfazed by the proceedings that he asked to leave the dock for a cup of tea. What?
He asked to leave the dock for a cup of tea. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Please put this person on death row. He wouldn't be unfazed then. Fucking hell. We need to bring back fucking, like, the death chair and, like, if people do horrible shit like this, you know, we need to bring back the guillotine and things like this for people that do things like this. We really do.
And to no surprise at all, both men were found guilty on all charges and were both handed life sentences. Dylan with the minimum term of 23 years, whilst Cameron received a minimum term of 19 years. As the pair were led away, shouts of "rot in hell" from family members echoed through the courtroom.
Good. Fucking rot in hell, they should be. Fucking horrible cunts. Puffs, eh?
Dylan smirked in response.
Dylan smirked? Really? You won't be smirking, mate, when you're bent over and raped in prison. I can tell you that for a fact. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I shall be exposing more puffs. Can't stand them. Thanks for watching. Bye.